back in May, I started the process of actually making my idea and dream of starting my own Catholic Christian clothing brand into reality. I set up my LLC. I went to the local UPS and bought a mailbox there, which honestly probably didn't really need to do. Spent a little bit too much money on something that wasn't, I don't feel like, completely necessary, but kind of necessary. I reached out and talked to quite a few manufacturers and printers. I bought hundreds of dollars of blank t-shirts just so I could find the perfect shirt that this brand would be built off of. I watched absolutely way too many YouTube videos about how to launch a clothing brand. I spent more money and paid for the Adobe Creative Cloud, so I have Photoshop, Illustrator. I took courses on how to use these platforms so I can design even better in the future. And I went through about 50 or more designs that I would be launching, like to try to pick from, until I found the perfect 4 that I want to launch this business with. And those 4 are here and we are going to unbox them. So let's go get them. Okay, so this first one is actually a little bit more low key. It's kind of up there. It might be one of my top 2, I would say. Yeah, I think it is top 2. But I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna show you this because I think this is, well, first of all, I can't even show you the quality of this. Can you see this shirt? Like, can you see kind of like the vintage oversized? Like, look how thick this collar is. Like, when I tell you this is some quality stuff, you guys, I'm telling you. And I'm obviously not a girly girl type. I don't like the thin, like tight, like cheap feeling shirts. These things are heavy. They're over 7.5 ounces. They're garment dyed. Like, they're soft and they get softer as you wash them. But you guys, I'm blown away. Let me just hold this up. You see that? You see them colors? Hold on. You know what? I gotta do it a little bit better. I gotta hit you with a montage of the design. Okay? So I present to you, rain came, wind blew, but my house was built on you. Okay, so if you are like Christian based or you listen to Christian music or you're in the realm there, you know that this is actually part of a song. So actually, technically, I hope I don't get sued. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I looked up copyright stuff and this verse or this saying wasn't technically on the website, so I don't know. That being said, it's actually a part of a song that honestly just resonated with me so hard. And here's the other thing, okay? Like, I feel like there's a bunch of Christian clothing brands out there and they have like, God loves you or smile because Jesus is with you. It's just like, I'm snoozing, you know what I mean? Not just that I'm snoozing because that's, you know, it's great, it's beautiful, it makes sense, like, it's true. And, you know, they're like, go out and spread the word, and if someone stops you at a gas station, like, maybe they'll see that and be remembered. That's not what Wave Walker is. Wave Walker is for you, the individual who puts these shirts on, to remember that God is with you, like, God is on your side. It's like the armor, I almost imagine of like putting on the armor of God in a way. Like, there's this sense of protection, this sense of like subtle strength, the sense of like, God's got me. It's not so much for like other people. If it starts a conversation, amazing, love that for us, but that's not really the point, because the brand is all about bringing hope to the hopeless. And I was extremely hopeless a year ago, not being able to leave my house, and there is hope and healing in God, and that's the whole point of this brand. So I just want to get that out there as well. Every single shirt that I will ever drop, every design will have a meaning to me. It'll be related to a story, a personal experience. It means something to me, and that's another thing I think is a little bit special, is because this has real meaning, a real personal experience of like real testimony, you know what I mean? So this basically is just talking about when the storm of life slaps you around, okay? But my hope, my trust, my faith, my life is rooted in Christ. And like, here's the thing, like, who better to plant any of that on except for the creator of the world and the guy who knows you hair by hair, who literally wove you together. Like, that's so mind-boggling to me. The idea of Wave Walker and the whole brand mission and the whole reason the brand was built was because of things like this. If you fix your gaze and focus on the Lord, you can make it through whatever wind is coming, whatever rain is coming, whatever snow, sleet, hail, fire, whatever storm is on your way. You stand firm in God, you're gonna make it. So this next shirt, honestly, is my favorite one out of the whole bunch. I don't know what it is. I think it's just the simple, clean, like, overall meaning of it. Look at that. That's sexy. Okay, that looks nice. I love that font. It's sickening. And then the back of it, you know what? I gotta hold this up for y'all to see this and really take it in. And obviously, I'm gonna hit you with a montage of the human being shirt, okay? All right, so check this out. Okay, now I love this one, and let me tell you why, okay? Because, and a lot of you probably don't know this, but I went to college and got my degree in kinesiology and physical education. I know it kind of doesn't look like it right now, but your girl did do that. Like, I love this shirt because it takes us as human beings from being this like really complex creation with like so many little intricacies and like things like just the cell, like just this complex species, and makes it a very palatable understanding of like who we truly are and what we are meant to do. And at the top here, it says like we differ in testimony, size, shape, color, because it's so true. Like we all have an insane makeup of genes that make us all different, unless you're a twin. Don't come at me, okay? An identical twin, relax. But yet at our soul and our most like inner self, we're all the same. It's like just the bare bones truth of who we are. We are all created in the image of God. Our identity needs to live in that fact, in that truth. You know, people be like, oh, you're the softball girl, or you're the athlete of the family, or like, you know, if you're doing something else, like you're the author, you're the chef. But like what it really boils down to is like, nah, I'm a child of God. That's like first and foremost, who happens to play sports, cook really bomb food, play instruments, sing good. I don't know. But you know what I mean? Like, it's just this tangible reminder of like our identity should be in Christ and not like this other stuff that we do. And like, that's just what we have to remember. And look at how cute. Oh, this is just fire. Honestly, this shirt is fire. I don't know. I'm into it. That's my favorite one. But let's go ahead. Let's get on to the third shirt. Okay, so this next one, I'm going to say it again, even though I already said I had a top 2 and there's only 4. But this is like one of my favorites. I think they're all my favorite. And I think that's kind of the point. I think that's a good sign. But this one just hits. Like, this one really hits. And can we just have a moment of silence for this one? Because I got the neck label on there. I got the neck tag going hard. Oh my Lord have mercy. Okay. So let me show you the front. Okay. And then I got to hold this one up because the back, this is a jumbo print on the back. So let me go ahead. Let me hold it up for y'all. You know what? That ain't enough. We need a montage. Nikki, you know what to do. Okay, now this shirt is so self-explanatory. I really don't need to take too long on this one and why it means so much to me. And I don't want to sound like a broken record, but over a year ago, talk about hopeless. Your girl, if there was hope, she was not with me. Okay, I honestly didn't know if I was going to ever get better. Like, literally didn't know how I was going to live my life. And so I did the one thing that had worked before that I should have never stopped, and that was to dive back into my relationship with God. And let me tell you what, I became filled with hope again, and not only hope, but like excitement for like not knowing what my life could look like, and like fully trusting him to paint that picture. Is like when you're at a point when you're like, you know what, you take it all, because obviously what I'm doing ain't working. There's something so powerful in that, and like he is like, yes, ma'am. Thank you for that. Let me do some work here. And so like, this is like just a reminder that even though you're feeling hopeless, there's a God who's with you, and he is alive. That's why the front says hope is alive, because he is hope and he is alive and he is with you. Like, when you really take a second to think about the fact that God is on your side, like God is for you, that blows my mind. Like, he wants your life to be filled with blessings and joy and happiness, and something about that when you surrender the life, like when you know that's what he wants for you, it just brings this like not only hope but like immense peace. Like, you can breathe, you can rest, you can just not put so much pressure on yourself. And Lord knows I needed some peace and still do need some peace. And this is actually the same kind of shirt that the rest of them are mailed on, but I love this color, but they were sold out, so I couldn't throw a design on this one. But it's coming soon. So obviously the first 3 were black shirts. This last one is actually something called Grape Ice. Ooh, I love that name. I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with the colors on this shirt. This shirt is the new creation shirt. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna show you it. Okay, I'm gonna show you it because I'm don't say obsessed with it again, girl, because you're kind of being a little bit too much. Nope, I'm obsessed with it. I love it. Check that out. sickening. Okay, and I like the other one. It's a jumbo print on the back, so I gotta show you this. Be for real, that's sickening. Do you see this color? Like, wait, hold on, oh, obviously, we got the neck tag and everything going hard. It looks so, I love the way these came. Look at this. Look at how thick this is. Like, what? That is a thick dude, the quality of these shirts, I literally cannot get over. Like, it's so good. So on the back, this one said, new creation, new purpose, new destiny. And by golly, that's what it is. But just like the others, I'm gonna hit you with a montage. Okay, you ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, so this one's another one that I feel like is pretty self-explanatory here. God can make you new. Like, you can literally become an entirely new human being through the grace and love of Christ. Like, excuse me, that's so mind-blowing to me. And it just hits me hard because it's so true. And I don't think people really fathom or can comprehend the idea of that. When I look at the events of my life over the last, not even the last year and a half because I was here, but when I was in, with KK in the apartments and everything, like when I look at that, it was so clear to me that like, even though I was not in relationship with God, I hadn't been to church in like 6 years or more, probably. He was creating a new desire within my heart. Like there were little like, Easter eggs. Like I would hear this podcast, or like an old church friend would reach out and be like, I was just really thinking about you today. And I'm like, something's going on here. So then I continued to kind of lean into that curiosity, and I like watched some more podcasts, and like my therapist like threw out this nun. I was like, girl, please, I'm not listening to no nun. But this nun is fire, okay? I'm obsessed with her. And so I was just listening to a bunch of talks about, what she was saying, and like stuff was hitting me, okay? I remember I would do like walking in the apartment because I was too scared to go outside. That's a whole nother story. Listening to her in like one ear talk about, God and this journey and like faith and all this cool stuff. And like there was this disconnect in my brain of like, what am I doing? And so for me, like God was definitely creating a new heart, a new curiosity, a new desire within me. And like I have this visualization of like him reaching down and yanking me out of that situation to save me because he loves me that much. Like I had ignored. And the second I was like, that's weird, my friend reached out, or oh yeah, that's a cool part. As soon as I opened my mind to the idea of like, oh yeah, I really gotta get back to that. Boom! He's like, come on girl, you coming with me? He yanked me out of there. And he's truly over the last year been molding me into the person that he needs me to be and who I should be. It shouldn't be someone who's afraid to go outside, go out at night, to go into a store, to talk to people. That ain't it. That ain't me. That ain't it. And I cannot do what he needs me to do if I am that. Like God has a plan for all of us, you know what I mean? It really is mind-blowing, the love that he has for us. I still truly, and I think it might be a lifelong journey of trying to understand just this much of the love that he has for me, and the fact that he would care enough to save me from a situation that was causing me so many problems. And then also not just that, but then taking the anxiety thing and the depression thing and all these other things and just calming the storm of all of that in my head and my heart. Like, dude, I'm telling you what, if you give God an opportunity, y'all are gonna be surprised at what happened. And this is not like a religion thing, like for real, I'm just being honest with you. I get overwhelmed with emotion when I really think about God's love for me. I cannot understand it. I will never understand it. I will always feel like I never deserve it. It's just so intense for me, and like I put so much into every single one of these, and like I don't know. It's just something that's like I can't put words on it. But like what do you think? What are your initial impressions? Are they hits? Are they misses? Hopefully they're not too bad of a miss, because then I have inventory I probably can't move. And I really wish y'all could reach through this screen and touch and feel them, dude. They are insane. Like I can't. I really cannot. So make sure you are following me, the business on Instagram. It's at wavewalker.us, because I'm going to be posting on there and like what day we're launching, when we're live, if you do want to cop some of these. So definitely follow the Instagram. That's like the number one thing. So this is kind of the first video from that previous video I did about a new direction of the channel. If you're wondering like, what do you mean a new direction? Go ahead and watch this video right here. I'll see you over there. You guys, catch you in the next one. Bye guys.